Hello everybody, this is Strawberry Singh, and today I'm going to be talking about the LeLutka Bento Heads version 3.2 update. It was released on November 16th, 2018, and in this video I'm going to show you what some of the updates are and how to use the new and improved HUD that LeLutka has sent out. This update went across to all of LeLutka's 8 current bento heads, including the male one. The head that I'm currently using for this video is the Simone head. For all of my style credits and more information about the updates, click over to my blog post. You'll find a link in the description of the video. So before we start, I wanted to show you what you get with the new updated versions of the heads. Again, that is the 3.2 version. I highly recommend you guys read the release notes that are in the folder. I also have them listed in my blog post, and they go over all of the new changes. And basically what we have in the, aside from the note cards, are the eyes, the head itself. There's a static ears version of the head. And then of course, this is the HUD, which I'm going to go through in detail. Then there's a series of braces and gems, and then the HUD to changing them up a little bit. And of course, I'm wearing the regular teeth, but they also have some optional teeth down here. Then, just so you guys know, that the Glamour skin that came with the previous version of the head has been updated. It's still called the Glamour Simone. I think it's called Glamour Simone 2 possibly, and it's been updated to the new skin tones that Glamour has released. I'm wearing skin tone 8 right now, and I believe Maitreya is about to update their HUD as well, so they will also have the new Glamour skin tones. But if you want to wear the older version, they have that in here as well. This is the backup. If you want to do a backup, there's 2 different alpha layers that you can wear to hide your default Second Life bodies. I'm wearing the head and body. Of course, it comes with a brow base and shape. I'm wearing my own brow base and shape. I also sell them there. It's linked in my blog post if you're interested. It comes with a face light, a gestures pack, and then of course I have activated all 3 of the voice animations. So when I turn my voice animation on in World, my lips are triggered by my voice and they start moving, and this is what the talking animation looks like, just so you guys can see. Now on to the main HUD. As you can see, there is a big difference from the way it previously looked. I'm just going to go through each page slowly and show you what some of the updates are, but if you click over to my blog post, there's full details of what exactly has been changed. Before I do get into the HUD, I do want to mention that some of the weighting on this head has been changed, the rigging and the weighting. The reason that was changed was so it would be more compatible with third-party animations and also Omega appliers, and also the head is now prepped for Bakes on Mesh, which isn't released to the public yet. If you want to use the Bakes on Mesh part of it, you have to download the Bakes on Mesh viewer, and I will link to that from my blog post as well. I've done a whole video and blog post about Bakes on Mesh. I will link to it and you can get more information about that. So those are the major changes to the head itself, where some of the weighting and the rigging has changed. So you may notice that some of your older shapes might look slightly different, and also the way the animations work is also slightly different. So now on to the HUD itself. The main essentials tab is very similar. You can hide the scalp to fit any hairs. You can hide the ears. If you want to wear your own mesh ears, they do have an option now where you can make the ear hole smaller if you hide the ears. So you can activate that right now. The ear hole is big. I've activated it and now it's small. So, you don't have a hole sticking out when you have, the ears showing. So I'm just gonna make my ears visible again. You can also change the current position of the ears. This was the neutral position. I noticed with the neutral position, my hair was cutting into the ears. So I absolutely love this new option where I can rotate the ears slightly depending on how I want them to look, and if my hair is going into it, and I can position it so I have no more issues with interacting hair and my ears. So I think I had it in the #1 position, and now as you can see, there's no more hair going through my ears. So wonderful option here to rotate the ears themselves. Then we have the carbuncle. I don't think that was changed actually. We have different colors, and you can pick which colors that you like. You can barely see it just because of the way my shape is, but it's there if you'd like to change. They've added a whole bunch of new eyelashes. I think there are some longer options that are available now. So if you want very long lashes, let me show you some of those. You can have the very long dramatic lashes in there, very feathery and beautiful. So some of the lashes themselves that come with the head are absolutely beautiful. The rerouting has been moved from the settings tab, it used to be over here, to the essentials tab. Rerouting is a very beneficial option, which I'm going to go into in just a few minutes, right after I go through the rest of this, so you can see it, you can understand it completely. So bakes on mesh, that means it's ready for bakes on mesh. If I click on it right now, it's going to show me the default bakes on mesh because I'm not using the bakes on mesh viewer. You have to download the project viewer right now. It hasn't hit the main grid. So if you want to try bakes on mesh and use your tattoo layers, you need to download the project viewer to do that right now. You can play with the shimmer, of course, on the skin itself. And these are the new skin tones from Glamour, and the skin is called, I believe they've named it Glamour Simone 2. Then we have the eyeshadow options. There's a whole separate eyeshadow layer. There's a few things that have changed. They have changed the brow layer into a complete face layer. So if you do wear separate brows, I'm not wearing them right now, but if you do wear them, you can have your whole face layer to do that. If you don't wear separate brows, then you can use that face layer to apply something else. Like if you want to mix and match with, like if you want to do a shadow and then a liner on top of it, or if you want to do freckles and a blush. So you can mix and match now that they've made the brow layer into a full face layer. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So we have the eyeshadow layer right now, then we have the lipstick layer. The face layer, like I was telling you, is the actual brow layer, but now you can use it for a whole face tattoo, and it comes with some face tattoos. We got some highlighting and some bronzing, and then we have some mascara running over here, and then we also have some tears. Tears are very well done. Then we have the tattoo layer, which is also a full face tattoo layer, and you can do blush, and you can do freckles and some darker freckles, and then this is some sort of face tattoo that goes with it. So as you can see, you can do double layering on the full face if you use the face and the tattoo layers, if you don't wear separate eyebrows. If you do wear separate eyebrows, you can still apply blush or freckles or something else on your face. Now, of course, there's a separate hair base layer as well, so you can apply your LeLutka hair bases or your Omega hair bases, whichever one you want on top of your head. So if I turn the rerouting on now, what it's going to show me is anytime I want to apply any kind of layer, let's click on the hair base layer, this will pop up. So now I get to redirect where I want this layer to go. So the hair base layer, of course, I'm going to put it on the hair base layer, and it's going to go on the hair base layer. Same thing if it's an Omega hair base or LeLutka base, wherever, and it'll go there. And it's typically, I think the hair base layer typically just covers the scalp area. And then of course the tattoo layer, let's say I want to do a blush and the tears. So I can do the blush and I can send that to the tattoo layer. And then of course I have the tears in the face layer, or I can do, maybe I can do the freckles over here and I can put the freckles in the face layer. So then I have the blush and the freckles that were both here on the same, on the two different face and tattoo layers, and they're overlapping each other. So you can mix and match these two full face tattoo layers to apply different cosmetics and layer them in that sense. So that's what the rerouting does. Rerouting is great, especially if you were using an Omega applier, because Omega appliers, what they do is they send their layers, usually the tattoo, to all of the layers possible. You don't want to do that with the Omega appliers. Make sure you turn the rerouting on and then direct it to which layer you want it to go to. And so that was the Essentials tab. these two little tabs over here that you see in the side, this one poses your avatar so you are in a still position, so you can go ahead and edit yourself. And of course the tint layers is still there. The tint layers is a little bit smaller, which is a little bit harder to see. However, two extra options have been added. You can now also tint the gums and the tongue. So you can select all or deselect all, or you can select one at a time, tint whatever you want. You can clear them with the white, or tint them you can clear the tints and the swatches. You can use the HSL and the RGB codes as well if you prefer. So let's say I wanted to tint my skin. I just have to highlight the skin, and let's say I wanted to give it like a pinky color, and now you see I've turned pink. I can also clear it just by clicking on the white area, and that clears it, and then I can uncheck the skin so I don't accidentally tint it in the future. If I want to tint a few different layers at a time, I can click a few of them at a time and tint them any color we want. So more options for the tint layer. I'll be doing the animation tab at the end. Next, I wanted to show you guys the eyes tab. The eyes tab is really important because they've added some size options for the eye texture. So before we just had the one size eyes, but now they've given us a slightly bigger texture. So we can go with a smaller texture or a slightly bigger texture. And I love that because usually I prefer my eyes to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going with the slightly bigger texture when I'm wearing it. Or you can go with a small one. You can also have them affect both the right and the left together. Or just one at a time if that's what you prefer. So we have options for the size of the texture. You can also change the bumpiness on it just by playing around with these buttons a little bit. Of course, since these are materials, you'll see them more if you have a projection light on you. You can play around with these and you'll see some shading and highlighting and intensity and all that. And it works best with some lighting directly on you, so you can play around with it and pick the ones that you want. So I'm just gonna go to the animate tab for a second, open my mouth so I can show you guys some of the tongue and teeth options. So this is the regular teeth that we had. I believe these ones were there before. Now we have some gap teeth options between all of our teeth, or just the front, or no gaps at all. You can pick the teeth color of your preference. If you don't want it to be too white, you want a little bit of yellow or gray or so on and so forth. You can pick the color of your gums, which you can't really see that well, and then of course you can pick the color of your tongue, like that. And of course we had the options in the tinting section to tint the gums and the tongue as well. You can also hide the tongue if for any reason you want to hide them. So that was the eyes and mouth tab. The testing tab is pretty much the same. It was called the customize tab before. They've changed it to testing, and this is where you insert your full perm textures to create your own skins and cosmetics and test them out before you put them up for sale. So that's what the testing tab does. And then of course the settings tab. If you haven't received the update yet, you should actually put on the old LeLutka head, open up the old HUD, and go into the settings tab and ask for a redelivery, and it will be automatically sent to you. I always keep my updates to automatically be sent all the time anyways, but if you don't, you can hit the redelivery button. Triggers allows the head animations to be triggered by other products like animations in furniture and so forth. Then you can also repair any of the transparencies, materials, and also restore it to factory settings if for some reason you were messing around with your head and it's all messed up and you can't figure out how to get it back to the way it looks before. You can just click on either of these and it resets it. Kill script, I highly suggest you don't do that, or you will kill your head. You will have to ask for a redelivery then. Basically what the kill script is good for is if you're in a fashion show or another big event and you have your head set the way you want it to look, make a copy of it and then kill the script, so that will reduce lag a lot. So you can do that if you're going to be in a laggy place and you have your head set. Make sure you make a copy of it so only the copy is killed. You can this high on screen lets you position where you want it on your screen, high or low. I like it low. And then you can have your different things delivered to you, the creator kit, the animation injector, and backup, and other miscellaneous things re-delivered to you. So that was the settings tab. Now for the animations in the HUD, there were some additions. They have added 8 new moods in this area. Moods are just slow animations that, you know, make your head come to life. They naturally go through different a series of animations depending on how you want your avatar to look, and it really adds a lot of charm and a lot of kind of, I would say, character to your head. This is really a new one that I've noticed. I'm okay, and it's very cute. It's just got like kind of like a cutesy little smile. And then of course we have some of the older ones in there. So you can try them out. Another new one is RBF, which is kind of like a resting bitch face, if you prefer that. I kind of like this one a lot. I love the way she kind of raises her eyebrows a little bit. And then of course we have you know, more subtle ones, or if you're in a fashion show, you might want to put that one on, different things like that. So I'm not going to go through all of the moods because they are obviously very lengthy, but you can try them out on your shape and your head and see how you like them. I do love the LeLutka moods and expressions, some of my favorites out there. You can delete moods and stop the moods if there's some that you want to get rid of. The head bone movement adds to the moods and the expressions, so your head the head actually moves around if you enable the head bone movement. And of course, if you have your AO on, then it makes it even more natural looking at the same time. Then of course we have some different options for voice and for our mouth. So right now I have it inactive, but you can have it to part the lips a little bit. These are different options for the mouth. And then of course she's got a little chewing animation in there, which is really cute. I'm just going to make it inactive. And then for the vocal, I'm going to turn my voice on again so you can see that I'm talking. This is the talk slower one, and this is how it works. Then I'll do the talk faster, so she's talking a little bit faster. And then there's talk too slower, so she's talking a little slower. Talk too faster, so she's talking faster. And then of course, there's the sing option, which is great if you are a live performer in Second Life and you do a lot of singing. You can turn your voice on and sing to your heart's desire. I'm just gonna put it on, I think it was talk too faster that I liked. I don't remember exactly, but I'm gonna turn the voice off right now. Then you of course have some eyelid options. You can open the eyes really wide. You can have them relaxed or sleepy, suspicious, and then of course you can close them, which always looks very beautiful. You can turn your blinking on, which I have on right now. Eye control, if you turn the eye control on, then you can have it control the eyes and position them any way you like that. This is great for pictures. You can have them mirror each other, link each other, and move them together. If you turn the eye control off, then she's gonna look in the direction of wherever your mouse is, like that. So that's pretty much the whole HUD. I hope you found it informative. For more information about the updates, click on over to my blog post, especially for my style credits. And that's it, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.